Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So this is the first video in a series of laser cutting and engraving, and today I took delivery of my new Aufero Laser 2. So I'm going to be doing an unboxing video, so let's go. Right everyone, so we've got the Aufero box here. I have watched a how to assemble video, and I have downloaded the instructions, which I have on another device here. Decided to do it in the kitchen, so yeah, let's start. So what I would say first of all, it does come very well packaged. Certificates in various different languages, so it's pretty cool. When you get it, this is the instruction manual, and they don't have instructions in the box, so you download them and you read them digitally. So that's why I have the other phone with me. So that's on there. So let's have a look in the box. Like I say, it's very well packaged. So let me remove that. So in here we've got safety glasses. We have one of the axes. The second axis, and again loads of polystyrene, which that's how well packed it is. I'll remove this after. Let's remove that. Remove that. So again, another axis, and remove them too. This one is packaged up, so we will remove that from there. And then finally we've got, so loads and loads of packaging on there. We have attached the other axis, again fantastic packaging. There, so I'll remove this in a minute. So we've got the cable for the USB to the computer, which is to the side. Right, in here we have advertise, gauge plates, two spanners. We'll open that up in a minute. We have the plug. Now, the thing that I realised today is that I'm in the UK, so it comes with a 2-pin plug. So I have got a 2-pin plug that I'll find later to plug it in, but for now let's just unbox it and build it. So I think, apart from, we've got another cable here, and then finally we have the actual laser. Now I have bought the SF, which is short focus. That stands for that's more for engraving, and then you've got the LF, sorry, which is long focus, which is more for cutting with the air assist nozzle, but I haven't bought that one because I believe you can actually cut with this. I'm not sure yet, might only be 3mm plyboard, but we'll test it on another video. So I think just one last quick look, and again fantastic packaging. So let me move this out of the way. So this is the other phone I'm using. Now I've downloaded the instructions. What I'm going to do, open this up. So we've got what I believe that will peel off. So that's the focusing place. We've got a few bits of 2mm maybe, live bore testers, cable ties. Put it all down here. I know you can't quite see it, but let me, yeah, we'll stick with that because I'll be building it in this sort of area. Got a brush. Again, I presume that's a focal plate, or maybe that's the focal plate. Right, put them aside, put them aside, put them aside. We'll have a look in the bag. So, we've got 2 Allen keys. We're going to line all these up. We've got spanner. I believe this piece here is for the laser itself. And we got a pack of bolts and washers. We'll put all them down there. And then lastly, we have another bag of some longer, some smaller, and they are for the axis. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to pause here and quickly check out the instructions and we'll come back. Right, okay, we're back. Had a quick look at the instructions. So this is the front, as I'm calling it. So this could be whichever way around you want it, but for this purposes I'm going to do it to the camera. So we've got this piece here that goes on the back. And then we've got the y-axis, I think it's the y-axis. So the numbers start from 0 from the front upwards. Same again, 0 from the front upwards. So these two make your side pieces. And then this will be your front. I know it's on the side, but so simply to attach it together, so it's held on with 2 screws, one long one through this piece here, and does it, make sure you don't cross thread it. Once you're in, you can go a bit quicker. It, and just pinch it tight. Then we got some smaller screws. There you go. Well, same Allen key, sorry, into the side. Again, just pinch it up. Make sure it's tight, but don't over tighten and flick it out like that. It's just a bit awkward there. So pinch it tight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back piece on as well, and it's exactly the same. So we've got, no, wrong way around. So the curve is on the outside. So simply bolt through there, and then into the back. Now I wanted to do this video, one, because this is my first laser engraver, so I wanted to do a journey. I've got a bit of a plan once the website's finished and what have you. And to be honest, I've watched a lot of videos on this, and sometimes it seems a lot more complicated than it is. So this is literally the first time I've ever built one of these. First time I've seen the instructions. Yes, I've watched a couple of videos online, but you know what, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do like a video, not loads of fancy editing, just me unboxing, putting it together, see how long it takes. And this does slot together very, very nicely, I've got to say. Again, pinch it tight. I'm going to turn this around. Put this piece on, just be mindful of the wires. Right, and then this piece, again, this is the front, so your numbers are going away from you. Let's get the side piece on. So again, long bolt. Finger tight first. And then one of the little ones in the side. So I think it is, as I say, I'm doing this completely new to it. You know, I've seen some of the videos where they already do laser engraving, so they sort of know what to expect. Whereas me, it's all completely new. So that bolt's a little bit tough, so I'm going to be a bit careful with that one. Just pinch it up. That's it. Check that one. And then finally, we have, which will turn around, make life a little bit easier. That one into there. And then finally, one smaller bolt. Hopefully this one goes in a little bit better. Now, for some reason this side screws don't want to go in as easy. Right, so just a quick one. I did have a bit of issues with that Allen key. That's in perfectly now. So I have to get my own trusty Allen keys out. Problem is with some of the Allen keys that come with these things is they're cheaply made and they sort of round off on the edge. So I would, if you've got a set of Allen keys, try and use your own. So what we need to do next, what the instructions tell you to do. Now, I'm just saying that's quite smooth. And that one is a little bit on the tough side. So what we can do here is adjust the tension. Those. So we've got here, look, is a, so he pulls the belt, so they'll be loose. A bit of spring in it, not too tight, and then what we've got is these wheels. There's free moving. This one's a little bit stiff. You can just undo them slightly. It's ever such a fine adjustment. I'm really happy with that. Just move on this. No wobble. And that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to have a quick look at the instructions and then let you know how I fixed it. Right, so let me run into something. As you can see, I've got all sorts of little tools out here. I've got another Allen key set. So, as I was saying, that this one, this side is relatively easy to move. Now this side was fairly stiff. Now what I've come to discover, and I'll try and hold this up the best I can, in this join here, for some reason it wasn't sitting flush, so the bell was getting caught on the frame here. So what I had to do, which I found out in the end, was remove the frame and then re-bolt it back on, and it went on straight. So that's what I say, I want to do more of a raw video for this because it's my first time. Originally I started to adjust these because I've seen on another video they can be a bit tight, but I think, look at that now, look. Yeah, there's no wobble and there's no wobble, so I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to load these instructions back up on this other phone, is I'm going to put this. Now from what I read, the laser goes on the front, so this is the front because this is where the ports are for the wires and things. So, and you'll be able to tell what's the front because it comes with the numbers on. So how this fits on, what I'm going to do, well they say to put it like that, I think so it's straight. So it's pretty self-explanatory. There's two holes there, two holes there. So, and they will slot on like so, all being well. And then there's a washer on each one of those, and then you use these little, I'm not sure what they're called, but use them. Now I think from what I read earlier, I'm not going to do these up just yet, I'm going to just tighten them down. From what I read earlier, there's an earth wire to go on here, but we'll come to that in a bit. So, I mean, where I'm at now, as I say, first time I've ever seen one of these. So it is all new, and you know, you're worried you're going to break something, and you know, like I said, tightening these, only do them slightly, and then your Allen key flicks out your hand. So these are all things all of us are going to come across. You know, I mean, they say setup is about half an hour. If it takes you an hour, it takes you 2, doesn't really matter, does it? So then that should slide back and forth. So I haven't done them up yet because I know there is some wires to go on. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This is the laser module itself. So that's the one I bought. Like I say, it's the, I think sorry you can't read it because I've got selfie camera on. So this is LU24SF, and like I said, something I learned earlier, SF is short focus, which is for laser engraving. LF is for long focus, which is more for cutting. But it's funny because if you actually look on the ortur website, which is where I got this one from, the specifications of what it does are exactly the same as the SF. But the SF, you can fit a power air assist power nozzle, which helps with cutting. So obviously the laser probably is slightly different as well, but it comes up with an air assist nozzle. So I'm going to put that on in a minute. So again, I'm going to pause this video and go away and have a quick look, because we've got, this is what I'm saying, you see this earth wire here, I believe that goes onto here. Somewhere there's a plug, maybe it's underneath, not sure. Let me have a little look, or maybe it's on this side. Right, it's on this side for some reason. Backwards to what I seem to remember, but that doesn't matter. So this simply is, this is going to plug in, I believe. No, it doesn't, that's the wrong cable. So again, let me have a look, and then I'll run you through whatever I learn, I'll run back through. Right, so after a little bit of research, what I've discovered, that's what's that. I mean, I'll show you this. I don't know if we can see the instructions. They come in digital format. I mean, they're not the clearest of instructions. So there is a little bit of sort of figuring out, if you know what I mean. It's it does help. It definitely helps. Hopefully this video will help as well. You know, maybe if this one didn't teach you, there are others available, obviously, on YouTube. So yeah, it does take a little bit of figuring out. So what we've got is we've got the main cable running from the main board. So if you have a look, we've got a, if you can see that, there's an X on one and there's an L on one, and then there is a earth point. So around the back of here there is a plug. So X, now make sure, as silly as it sounds, you get this plug in the right way. So at the bottom of the plug you'll see like 2 groove lines that stick out. They go, you'll see the cutout on the plug, they go under the plug. If you try and ram it in the other way, there's a chance you're going to break it, and once you break it, obviously it's going to be expense. So that will plug into, I hope, there like that. Now just be gentle with the wires. Your earth point will go onto this bolt here, which is why I left one undone. So we'll go under them right here, and I'll put them on. So your earth point will go under there, and then you bolt that back on top. Now I'll tighten them down properly in a bit. Just want to make sure that everything is on. So that's that. And then this cable, which has got an L on it, we've got the other white cable, and there's two ends. There's more of a square end, and there's one with another earth point on it. Now this, what I'm going to do is turn this round like this. So now we're sort of facing the front. So this will run along here, look. Now, maybe you can cable tie there. We'll have a look because it is a bit loose. Right, so what I'm going to do, I have opened the laser. Now this is magnetic. So when you put the guard on, it just sort of sticks on, which I think is a great feature. So the laser, we can only go one way, but it slides onto the back here. And the way you lock it in, there's a little screw pin. Now these are fiddly, but there's a hole round the side here. And it goes in at a slight angle. And you'll see around here. So that will hold the laser on. Now, if you do it tight enough, so we'll leave that off for a minute. I just want to get this packaging off. Again, it is extremely well packed. You know, every little bit that needs covering up and looking after has been done so, and you know, it feels like quality. Even that, look, just around the top of the laser module. So what we've got then is this cable. Now you're left with one more plug here, and again, make sure you put it in the right way. It is pretty self-explanatory. Wait for the click over, and then that cable will run across the top, and you'll see again there's two little pins, almost like arrows, and they face the front. So if we just push that in, so let's just be careful. Now we have got an earth wire here. Now I'll have to have a quick research on where does that earth wire attach to, unless I've done it wrong. Let me have another check, I'll be back. Right, so I'm back, and for the eagle eye viewers, I've had my hair cut. I'm not really sure I'm happy with it, but don't worry about the haircut for now. Let's get back to this. So I've done a little bit of research. When I say research, I mean I've gone back through the instructions and on the other device, and there's a couple of videos online. Some of them are good, some of them not so much. So what I've discovered is this on here. Now there's a video I just watched, funny enough, and he said, well, I'm going to attach this, and then he clipped the video and carried on. And what I found is, after watching a couple of other bits, one of these screws from this screw head is the way several people seem to have it. So you unscrew one of the screws and you earth it on top. So hopefully that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is just tighten that down. Now again, I wouldn't go too crazy with the tightening. As long as it's earthed, you don't want to. That's it. So that's tight on there. So what we've got, if I turn this around now, we've got a couple of bits of wire to attach securely. I mean, it's a stable, which I'm actually really impressed with. You know, it is a solid frame. So it does come with the cable ties, and there's quite a few that it came with, and there is a bit of cable tying to do. So these go So this one will go up and over. So we're going to attach that one there. Look, now I'm going to do it here. You'll see a bit of a sleeve which is for the wires. Now you don't want to go onto that, so I'm going to do it just over there. Before I put it too tight, when this comes across, still got plenty of wire, and the same is that way, so it's in the right position. Now you don't want to put these on too tight. I think it's more of to secure it in place. So we'll get that one on there. So we'll pull that to there. Now, something I noticed on the other one is it on the instructions. This one they tell you to put through like that. Now I presume it's so. There's a bit of flex in the wire depending on which way it goes. So the others go up and over to secure it like that. Whereas this one you go through and round. And what it does, I think, is just give it a little bit of flexibility for the wire, because if it was clamped there, that would then start to bend over, if that makes sense. So make sure you put them in there like that. Now again, I don't want to over tighten anything, so let me see if I can find some snippers quickly. We've got a rusty pair here. Let's see what we do. To the side. So obviously you want to cut these off. And these pliers aren't the best, but they'll do the job. Just be careful of all the other wires that you're not catching anything. So that's on there. Now it is, like I say, it is a bit more of a to secure it. So that has plenty of free play in there. You know what I mean? That has got a bit of wobble, and I did watch a video earlier about that. So obviously if it wobbles, you might have to tighten it up slightly. So before I do that bit, so this end is, you know, that it hasn't got any of the control box, the module, let's go down. So in here, what we've got is if you can see that this plug is going to go into here, and again you make sure you've got it the right way round, and it should just slot in. Now I presume that attaches to that, but I'm going to check that in a minute. And on the other side, yeah, on this side, that's plugged in. So we're not far off being finished. So I'm going to just quickly stop that video just to find out where that goes, and then we're going to tighten all this down in a minute. I mean, these aren't done up, so I'm just going to find out where that earth, oh no, hang on. So again, got another one on this end, and that's going to go into this motor set. And again, make sure you got the plug the right way around. There's no earth wire with that one. That's in, so we just need to check that earth. And I think we're not far off being done then, apart from making a few adjustments, make sure things are tight. So yeah, so let me just double check the earth wire for this end. That one's attached to that. I presume it will go on the end bolt here. Let's move now. So this one here, but I'm just going to double check. So back in a second. So yes, just checked it. Yes, it does go onto the end there. So make sure that doesn't fall off. Put it down here. Got a bit of room. So this earth wire here will go onto this bolt here. So make sure I get the right size Allen key. Okay, and that's got to completely come out in order to get that in there. So it will go on to the small bolts there. So what I did notice as well online is that, so this, so it's a little bit tricky to hold things up. This wire here is secured by a couple of table ties just to keep it in place, I think. So where are we going to go? We'll go up and over to the rear. So if you look in here, there's two holes. I'll show you there. You see two, well, there's four holes. So the cable tie is going to go up and over this wire here and back through. And all it does is just secure that wire a little bit to stop the movements. So again, I'm not going to do it too tight, make sure there's a bit of slack. And again, I'm going to go under and over like that. Oh, I'm not even showing you on the screen, am I? So yeah, up and over like that through the two holes. And that's just to give it a little bit of extra security on there. I mean, being wires, you don't really want to again get too clamping them too much. Now, I probably should have done this the other way around, as I'm sort of left in a bit of a predicament now. I think what I'm going to do, them cables are there. I'm just going to go and quickly fetch my snippers. Okay, so just like that. I've got the magic of editing. I've got my snippers. That's much better. Always need the good tools for the job. So that's secured on there. One thing that does concern me, and I have to watch a few videos online. I mean, maybe this can be secured on there. I'm not sure. I'm going to have a little research, because this just feels a little bit like it should be secured. You know, it's obviously nothing can go on here because it's the runner. So I'm not entirely sure. It's something I'm going to have a quick look at. But there, apart from a bit of tidying up, sorry, well, I'm tidying up. So again, you know, do everything up. And I suppose it's one of them things where, you know, regular checks are probably vital to make sure that everything's still done up and in place. You know, I'm quite satisfied all of these are pretty tight. You know, that's just I'm a little bit concerned about some of these wires, but that's because I am fairly new to it, so that's a lot more stable look as I've done them up. So I think, yeah, that's about it, to be honest. So, and then this piece, like I say, is magnetic. So that will go on there, or down the other side. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure if I watched on a video that some of these are for air assist, so maybe it's a different end. I'm not sure, but I think he goes that way. So yeah, so apart from that, looking around, they're tight. I'm confident that the four corners are tight. I think that is it. So in terms of setup, I can check how long it's taken me. I'd say at least an hour. Now again, I'm new to this, so I'm not fully confident in it, but I think that was fairly easy to assemble. The next stage is going to be setting it up against my computer. I've already downloaded Lightburn, so I'm going to try it on a 30-day trial. I've got the GBRL software as well, but just looking at it, I'm not too keen on it. So yeah, so overall, what I'm going to do, like I say, I'm going to end the video. I'll do a double check, make sure that everything is on. I mean, I have been left with seems to be one bolt of each. Now again, as I say, I'll double check, and I seem to have a lot of cable ties over, so I'm going to have a quick look on the instructions. Maybe this can be secured a little bit better somehow. But yeah, so all the plugs are in, the earths are in, that's cable tied on, all four corners are in. So all that's left to do is to give it a try on the software. So hopefully that's helped somebody. Like I say, I'm completely new to it, and it's been fairly easy to do. So if people do want help, this is going to be a new YouTube channel, and it's going to be part of the business. So, and I'm hoping to get the name that's going to be connected to my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok, my website, my Etsy, my eBay. I have got a plan, and hopefully you guys can follow me on the journey as I set it up and get going. So if you did like the video, it'd be appreciated if you could subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and the next video I think I'll do will be the first time using Lightburn software, and hopefully I've set all this up right and it works. So yeah, thanks for watching, hope that helps, take care.